Yes, Greg, if you want to use your big boy money to pay for intro and outro music, I'm willing to let you. Actually, I don't even know how to set that shit up.
What's this big boy money you talk of?
The money you... Well, I don't know. Apparently you don't have any fucking money since you had to buy Prey used.
I had money, but then I had twins.
Oh, well, that'll teach you.
No,
Yeah.
So how much did you pay for Prey? I'm just curious.
I think it was like $15 or something.
So you pay the same amount I did, you got it used, and you didn't get a steelbook.
God, you suck.
Kinda wish I knew there was a steelbook.
Alright, this is the 83rd episode of the 3G podcast. We were delayed a little bit by a fan being around. Hey, I see him. He's watching. Shout out to Dave. And I know we already discussed this, but hey, it's worth going over again. Patriots lost, so fuck them.
Absolutely.
Yay!
And now we have this
Like
immortalized on podcast. Is it really? We have some other news.
It's the best thing.
It is probably
there
the best
anything
thing.
better?
No, I don't think so. There's something pretty good, and I'm not going in any particular order, but... Well, Greg, did you like Far Cry 3?
I only played Primal.
Well, maybe it won't be such good
Well, we
news.
found this thing right away.
Yeah, this thing's
right
always
here.
right here. Well, they are including a remastered version of Far Cry 3 with the Far Cry 5 Season Pass. So if
really?
you're getting the Season Pass of Far Cry 5, you're also getting the digital remaster of Far Cry 3. That's my understanding, right, Jared? Mm-hmm. And they're also going to sell Far Cry 3 as a standalone. I don't know if they're going to have a physical version of it later, but just in case you wanted it.
So a remastered version. Was Far Cry 3 on the PS4 or PS3?
PS3.
It was pretty good. Yeah, had one of the best
also the first
antagonists of
time
Far Cry.
That it will be on PS4.
Yes. So I find it funny that 3 out of the 4 of us went, hey, let's go with big, huge fucking melee weapons. I guess they don't have
Well,
very
I mean,
good.
what are you gonna do? Sit down and think at it?
I did some SOSs earlier, and a lot of people are using that gun bow gun, whatever. And it actually seems really effective. I just love the charge blade too much to switch out of it.
This thing looks really small.
I mean, compared to most of the stuff we fight, this is pretty small.
He looks smaller than the one I saw earlier today. Quit flashing me! Pervert.
It's nice
It's
having a
also
shield because
possible
you can
this
just
is a
block it.
smaller version.
Yeah, somehow I doubt we're lucky enough to get a mini crown, but here's hoping. Alright, I don't know if my audio mix is all set up right, so I'm going to try and get a break and turn down some of the other sounds, because we're supposed to be talking, and I don't think people care to hear the game competing with our voices, so... And I forgot to do this earlier, so I just have to do it now. Oh, right, and gotta bring up my news. Alright, we talked about this. Is this for... Yeah, this is for the... Okay. Monster Hunter World, how's everyone liking it? Just, a week and change in. Yeah, there we go.
There's a reason it's selling so well. It's pretty fun.
I had my moment. Sometimes you're playing a game, and it's always fun to play a video game. But you got to keep in mind that some games are shit. Yeah, like Mass Effect Andromeda, you're playing it and you never had that. This is a good game option.
You blew me up, asshole.
Well, he hit it before. Oh no, you hit it. Yeah, I should have.
I was in the middle of an
away.
attack sequence when you set that bomb down.
Well, it did 80 damage.
I think I just did about 250 to him. That's pretty cool. That's as good of a hit as I'm going to get with this fucking thing.
I'm doing about 25 on a base hit.
Oh, I'm doing 18 with my sword.
40.
40 if I hit him with something big. And that one hit him like 5 or 6 times. So that's why I love this weapon. It's very, very rewarding if you manage to pull off a good hit. No, he's already fucking injured. Well, we'll just...
Yeah, he's already limping.
Does anyone have any traps and trank bombs?
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna let someone else use
You gonna let him go?
You have to kill them on a hunt, or can you...
You can just capture him. Capture or kill him if it's...
Yeah, here we
just
go.
a normal hunt.
I'm gonna capture.
Yeah. Always go for capture. It's just less of a pain in the ass. There we go.
There we go.
But, yeah, 5 million copies of Monster Hunter World shipped so far, and, at least 5 people I know have it, so anecdotal. A lot of people seem to like the game. I didn't really like the other Monster Hunters too much, but the more I play this one, the more I'm certain that's because they were on a 3DS, and...
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried playing, 4U earlier just for a little bit. It just feels weird.
Yeah, it's just nowhere near... Like, the gameplay is deep enough and requires you to pull off precise enough things that it really just begs for a controller and a screen and all that fun shit, so... And this one has all that,
plus,
so good news.
Plus having a second analog stick to actually move the fucking camera.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Capture Pro! Hey, look at that! Well, that's one big grind that's already out of the way. Yeah, this is a record for my smallest Tsetse Yaku, so this was notably smaller. There's a lot of little things this game does that are like just really good. Yeah, like having monsters vary in size by up to like 30%, I think it is.
And then fighting them, and you're like, this one seems a little smaller. And you're not crazy. It is actually a little smaller.
That one was a lot smaller than the first one that I came across.
When we hunted that poor Baroth and all fell through that sand ceiling, and then that Baroth got picked on by the Diablos, which was a hilarious moment, that didn't make me fall in love with the game, where it just clicked and I went, I'm really having a good time. But when I upgraded to my private quarters and I was placing all the bugs and other endemic life that I'd been capturing, and you know, you have an aquarium, you can put them on a tree, you can put them on a ceiling, you can do all kinds of shit with these things you've been captured, which have nothing to do with the actual main goal of the game, right? But they put in the effort, and you can do all this shit. And I was sitting there doing that, and I'm like, this is really fucking cool. So, for better or worse, that's what made me go, I like this. So.
I don't have a private room yet.
You probably do if you go to your living quarters and you talk to the housekeeper, Palico.
Talk to the house kitty, meow.
I just keep going there.
I get to be called Meowster.
And then you can capture a dung beetle and put it in your room.
Yeah. Yes, you can. All the cat puns in this game, though, aren't... They're not, like, grating, but I just played Cat Quest. I shouldn't have played these two games so close to each other. I forgot about the stupid cat things in Monster Hunter games, so... Earlier, I was doing a side quest, and my cat said communication. And I was just like, ugh, God. But hey, it's Monster Hunter. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, talking to the cat does allow me to do that.
I'm totally not upset that I'm writing a guide for this. Because it gives me all the excuse I need to play it. So, that's fun.
If you were writing something else, you'd probably do as these other two people here, not naming any names, do, and just play.
And just,
anyway.
yeah, play Monster Hunter anyways. Well, do you actually have a due date for that Lost Sphere, Greg?
Probably. I don't know what it is.
Does Neo Seeker know you're working on it, or is dude just giving you half the check?
You know, I did tell you I have a Switch now, right?
You told me last week that
Jared may not know this.
It was getting sent to you.
I was writing this Lost Sphere guide basically to pay for a Switch because I'm broke. And Alex decides that I just need a Switch right away and orders one and sends me one.
Because it's been a year, but you can't wait any longer.
So, yeah, I have a Switch. And so I'm at the end of Mario Odyssey.
End of it?
Yeah, I'm at Bowser's Kingdom. Yeah. I'm hardcore.
So is that all you've been doing for the last few days? Wait, you've been working!
No, I wrote a great chunk of Lost Sphere.
I have my doubts. Because you're playing Monster Hunter compulsively. You had work.
Let's test your doubts.
And you're at the end of Super Mario Odyssey. No, let's test it when it comes to Lost Sphere. I want to know how far along
here's a great way to test it. Here's a great way to test it.
How many kilobytes in are
Lost Sphere. Jared's writing for Lost Sphere. Yeah. I'm going to name an area that I just wrote up and see if he's been to it yet.
Probably not.
Does that seem like a good way to test it? Does
sure,
everybody...
I'll take Jared's word on it.
Mirror Lake. Have you been to Mirror Lake yet?
No.
Ah.
How do you have that much time in a day?
Diligently working.
I don't know where he gets all these hours from, because I haven't been sleeping.
I think he might have another plane of existence that he enters to gain extra time.
And I watch
Are you somehow playing these games at work?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I agree with Jared.
I don't believe you.
Can't even joke about that. They'll probably revoke my security clearance or something.
As well they should for playing a Nintendo game on American government property. Well, not government property. Contractor property. Whatever.
We can't even bring our cell phones in there.
They own the government, so it's pretty much government property.
Oh.
Yeah.
Haven't we done this quest 5 times already?
Yeah, but Rebecca needs it, so...
Yes.
Yeah, but we gotta do it for me now.
5 more times.
Oh, Jared. Why do I have a Final Fantasy 15 story on this list?
What? Oh, isn't that the benchmark thing?
No, Pocket Edition. You talk about that. I don't want to talk about it. Fuck it.
I don't know. It's got a release date or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, February 9th. Isn't it
That's about all that affords. About all time that affords.
Okay, yeah. The 2 things in the world I dislike. Mobile gaming and Final Fantasy 15. So, that looks like a clusterfuck of... Nope. Metal Max Xeno coming west.
You have to tell me.
Nope. I will refuse to go
release
into
date
it more.
for some Final Fantasy 15 mobile bullshit.
They are making a mobile version of Final Fantasy 15.
It's probably like a...
Are you surprised?
Does it look all chibi?
Yeah, probably.
Stupid as hell.
So, I know what you're doing, you motherfucker. But here's an important question.
I don't know about it. What's it look like? Tell me.
It looks like Final Fantasy 15, but with more ass. And not the good kind of ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't that improve it?
Yeah.
Isn't that what Sid was there for?
She really didn't have that much, though.
Wow.
Well, what else does she do?
She's cleavage, not ass. Japan doesn't know what asses are.
Fair enough.
Have you seen an assalicious chick in any anime thing?
I finally caught a grasshopper.
Hooray!
I'm positive that there is.
I'm sure there is somewhere too, but generally it's... I don't know. Rebecca, tell us what's wrong with female asses in Japanese things.
They're flat.
There you go.
Where's the round booty-liciousness?
Alright.
Delicious.
Metal Max Xeno will be released in North America, Europe, and Asia in addition to Japan. This is from Gamatsu. Publisher Kadokawa Games announced. Post-apocalyptic RPG will be the first entry in the Metal Max series released in Western markets since Metal Saga for PlayStation 2 in 2006. We're getting a lot of firsts since PlayStation 2, aren't we?
I totally own that. Never played it in my life, but I own that.
I played a little bit of it. It's very open-ended.
So what kind of game are these Metal Max games? Because it said post-apocalyptic RPG, and that made me go, but then I scroll down to the character, and it's some blue-haired thing with glasses. Like, when someone says post-apocalyptic, I expect road warriors, not well-groomed and still have the time for...
Is that just because it says Max in it?
Well, no, just...
It's
kind of the Fallout aesthetic, too, is Mad Max, you know? Has there ever been a Fallout game that hasn't had a homage to Mad Max in the terms of the armor and stuff?
No.
Okay. So that's probably why. It's the primary source of inspiration for my primary source of inspiration. But I could be wrong. I mean, if anyone else thinks of unnecessary buttons and zippers and shit and belts when they think of post-apocalyptia, well, then we have different opinions on it, but I don't think of that.
Unnecessary zippers, buttons, and belts. You just sound like a Final Fantasy developer, sir.
Right?
That's more or less the point, right?
But there's also tight leather involved.
Tight leather is fine.
Post-apocalyptic.
Ah, right in your fucking face. So yeah.
Ah! How did he hit me when he didn't even move? Or was that Jared?
Did you take damage? Because if you took damage,
No,
it's the Weaver, and if you didn't
Jared.
take damage, it's Jared.
I was in the middle of an attack sequence. Thank you.
The Jared doesn't care. But what's the gameplay in the series like?
It's been a while since I played Metal Saga.
Now, we need more post-apocalyptic gaming. Just as an aside.
Oh, have you played Wasteland?
I have it, but I haven't played it. Right? Criticism withdrawn. I need to play more games. Can't complain about it if I haven't played it. Oh, I ran myself out of stamina. I just don't have the time. Too much Monster Hunter going on.
Time is hard to come by.
I mean, if I was going to play any game...
That's weird coming from you, because you never seem to run out of time.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I started Wasteland 2 and played for like 5 hours.
I was still stuck in character creation. One of my fans actually gave me a GOG code for the game a while back, and I never got around to it. Not enough to justify giving me a code, so this is why people should not give me codes. I mean, they totally should, but they shouldn't expect that I'll actually use them, so if they're okay with that.
I thought it was pretty fun. I mean, you get used to something like Fallout, and then, you know, you get kind of spoiled. Graphically, at least. It seemed like one of those games where you could min-max a skill and get some things you really shouldn't have in the beginning, you know?
Yeah, kind of thing that'd be good for having a guide for.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But again...
That's probably why they gave you the code.
Probably why.
It's going to be one of those painful guides, though, that are like, well, you can start the game and max out lockpicking and then get this weapon. But that requires not being able to heal and not being able to, you know, so on and so forth.
Well, that's why you have like 4 characters.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do a guide for it right as soon as Salt Sanctuary is done.
Which is
Dude,
so close to being done.
You knocked me out of... Whoever that was knocked me out of drinking my fucking potion to heal myself
Jared.
And got me killed. I fucking hate you.
Jared.
No, it's totally great.
You're a fucking dick.
I thought Jared was the only one that could knock people out of anything.
No, everyone can.
No,
Get
everyone can.
Unfortunately.
Probably except me. I don't know.
Which is one of the features on this game I'm really not much of a fan of.
Yeah, they really needed to not have it so you can hit each other.
Unless,
Especially since you can only surround the creatures so much.
Whoever keeps opening up these poison pods needs to cut it the hell out.
Yeah, I don't think this creature can be poisoned.
It can be, it's just resistant to it. Doesn't stay poisoned very long.
There's little point.
Yeah, unfortunately my weapon does poison damage, but this is not one of the enemies.
So how useful is paralyzing weapons?
I was able to recently create one because of that great Gyros, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is good damage and paralysis. And I did not have it proc at all, so... Maybe someone else will have better luck, but I didn't find it terribly useful. I made it.
I was thinking of switching to a bow.
You were just talking earlier about how much you love that fucking hammer.
I do love the hammer.
Okay, I'll do what you want. I assume you have good reasons either way.
Because there's a bunch of flying things, that's probably why.
Greg, you hit me while in midair.
What? Why didn't you land on the thing?
I was trying to, and some asswat hit me.
You failed. Failure.
See, Rebecca, it's not only you.
Flies, you need to fucking actually go the right direction.
Oh, man. Okay.
I hate this.
Bring it back over here.
News. See, we're all very much enjoying Monster Hunter World, despite Greg's attempts to ruin it for us. Spider-Man PS4 release date listed by retailer. This is a story I'm sure Jared's all oogling after. So what are the odds you think you'll be writing a guide for this game, Jared?
For Spider-Man, very low.
Piss poor when it comes out.
What about Jared? They're gonna make you do it, Jared?
I'm thinking not. It depends what's out at the time, but it doesn't seem like a high priority project.
Oh, she's almost dead already.
Oh, is it time to... Yeah, it's gonna be time to trap it soon. Where the hell's the actual... Oh, September 28th. What the hell comes out then? Why don't we capture it, Greg?
A month later is RDR2.
Yes, Red Dead Redemption 2 got delayed. It's now coming out in October? Is that right?
Well, I mean, how can it have a delay when it didn't have a release date?
Well... Wasn't it like Q2 or spring 2018 and now it's been moved to fall?
What they said.
Okay, so... That's how. That also makes it... Like, when that happened, yeah, it's pretty much I'm going to end up writing for God of War. I mean, I don't see how I'm going to weasel my way out of it now, because there's nothing else in that time window, and God of War is the next thing after Monster Hunter World. So, it looks pretty assured. I'm not going to whine too much, because I'm still getting paid to play video games.
Haeravon plate.
What's that thing? Legiana? I've been getting all kinds of plates from that fucking thing.
Yeah, I think I've gotten like 3 from it.
Yeah, they must just not be that rare. Microsoft acquires live games platform provider PlayFab. The acquisition of PlayFab will complement Microsoft's own cloud platform. Microsoft Azure, PlayFab's back-end services are said to reduce the barriers to launch for game developers, offering both large and small studios cost-effective development solutions that scale with their games and help them engage, retain, and monetize players. Monetize players. That's what I like. Because selling me the game is no longer enough. Now I have to fucking get on a goddamn payment plan for all these fucking games.
Just like Battlefield. Or Battlefront, whatever the Star Wars one was.
Battlefront, yeah. Shadow of the Colossus is coming out soon, and not too many of you seem to really be all that hyped for it, last I checked. I think I talked about it last podcast. And the general response was kind of, eh. I mean, we're all buying it day one, but we're not that interested in it.
What was the game?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make Rebecca play it. How about that?
It's gonna be so pretty.
You've never played it.
No, I never
Bullshit.
did. But...
Bullshit sideways. You have all the time ever. We don't know how, but we know you do.
Infinite time. Oh, you've seen
Well, I had just lizards on your game.
You've seen Doctor Strange, right? I have that one time stone. Infinite time.
No, I thought you just had
make a time loop.
The ability to dilate time. But, Here's a statement sent out by Bluepoint. The key to authenticity behind Bluepoint Games' PS4 remake of Shadow of the Colossus is the original game code that controls Colossi, aggro, and the core gameplay mechanics. While we may have made subtle improvements and bug fixes, it's a real testament to the technical prowess of the original developers that the code which runs the PS2 game also runs on the PS4. It was an honor to work on such a beloved game, and we want everyone to personally thank Ueda-san and the original Shadow of the Colossus team for all the great memories. So apparently they went out of their way to maintain some of the original game code, and I'm not really sure why that's newsworthy, like why it was worth a story. This is from PlayStation Lifestyle. Because code doesn't seem like one of those things that would
way easier.
Well, it just doesn't seem like... Does code really degrade? I mean, I know you have to change shit based on the platform and architecture, but... I don't know. I'm not all that impressed by the fact that they got to keep code. Should I be impressed, Greg? You work on networks. Is that not close enough?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You know how many projects have almost just completely, like they were near the finish line, but like a critical power outage or just facility meltdown or core infrastructure thing happens and you just lose all config and code and whatnot. Like backup data, some of these companies have a very hard problem just maintaining backup data. Like there's been video game projects that were completely salvaged just because an employee took home the project on their laptop. Like there's stories out there like that, and it's crazy, but yeah, keeping code is...
I know it's not a good example, but look what happened to Hello Games with No Man's Sky, that their office flooded.
Oh, yeah, that's... Coming from them, that seemed like the gaming equivalent of my dog ate my homework. My source code flooded. No, your game just sucks.
You gonna join, Greg?
No, yep, sorry.
Well, I mean, they were having issues with... I mean, there are actually a lot of games that don't have the source code anymore. Like, did Final Fantasy VII not have its original source code, or did it just not have the original background art anymore? And so they couldn't, like, retouch it. It was one of those two things. I think Blizzard was complaining that World of Warcraft didn't have its original code anymore, which is why they magically couldn't figure out how to make vanilla servers anymore, except a bunch of fucking fans were able to make vanilla servers without any... Yeah. They figured it out somehow, and then...
Because they kept it.
Yeah, and then golly gee, pressure gets on Blizzard, and they're able to find the... couldn't you, like... I know this is an incredibly stupid question, but... Couldn't you just, like, have an original copy of World of Warcraft on disk and have the original code? Or at least original fucking files from which some of this shit could be derived?
I don't know how it works.
Whatever.
Yeah, too hard.
Dragon... I know it's not a game, but Dragon Ball...
This is probably actually...
They lost the copies of the voice. That's why that newer one had to be completely revoiced.
The Dragon Ball Z?
Mm-hmm.
I have not watched a single episode of Dragon Ball Super. Oh, for this one, Rebecca, you just have to expect to have to kill that Rathian?
That's why I brought you guys along.
Okay. Why are we not pushing you through the main story, woman?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because this stuff is annoying and I don't want to do it.
She needs to get to Ice Dragon.
Well, we can help you do this stuff later.
Ice Dragon!
Well, no, because this way we're actually playing instead of sitting around waiting for her to get done with quests, so... Never mind.
Where do we have to go? Did I pick, like, the worst camp to possibly go?
Yeah, you have to go to the one up top, the Ancient Forest camp. Because its nest is going to be here. Alright. Xbox is in trouble and Microsoft is considering a major acquisition to fix it. This is from Business Insider. And I'm just going to tell you the 3 things, according to this rumor, that Valve is, or Microsoft gave one of them away. Microsoft is considering buying in order to boost their fortunes in the gaming market. And those 3 things are Valve, EA, and PUBG Corp. Now, I give a shit less, or couldn't give a shit less about PUBG and EA at this point. EA is a bunch of shitty shooters I don't play, and some moribund RPG franchises that used to be good, but are pretty much dead by now.
Sadly.
But Microsoft buying Valve would be a terrible fucking thing for gamers.
I don't think Microsoft can afford Valve.
God, I hope they can't. I don't know. Well, that's how much Valve is worth. I need to get. Let's see if that info can even be found online.
Valve seems like it should be worth all the money.
Wow, Valve. Oh, Gabe Newell is worth $1.5 billion. But you got to think.
I mean, Microsoft is probably could buy Valve, but
yeah,
it would be like, here's my firstborn son, and this better work, otherwise we're never going to be. Well, I mean,
I think they could,
so extreme.
And I'm hoping they don't, because they already own the fucking, like, if you're doing PC gaming, you're using Windows. That's just a fact. You're not getting around it. They already own the operating system that you're stuck with. And you can cobble together Linux. No one's fucking doing that. And no one's waiting for the 3 games that actually come out on Macintosh. So it's just, you're using Windows, and that's that. But if they own the biggest digital distributor, well, they own PC gaming too. And I know, they have trouble with the idea of exclusive, since they keep making all of their Xbox games exclusive with Microsoft, or with Windows too, but I mean, I guess if they did that, they could actually say those were exclusives, couldn't they? Okay,
yeah,
you guys are
they probably
could.
But further consolidation is not what gaming needs. I don't think it's going to help consumers. It's not going to help the price of games. It's not going to help shitty practices in the gaming industry. Nope, Haeravon is behind you. You can't run out of stamina.
No. No, he broke the egg.
Yeah, you just have to kill this Haeravon, because he's going to be a dick. Besides, yeah, you guys were running the right way.
I have no idea where I'm going.
Now, if they buy EA, see, I'm not even that upset about it. Worst case scenario, oh no, I fucking buy the game on PC or I buy an Xbox. That's not a big deal for me. Jared, I don't think that affects him at all, because what EA games does Jared play? Yeah, but if I have to buy an Xbox One for Dragon Age, it's not the end of the world. Or just get it on PC. But them buying Valve would be a terrible thing for gamers, and I hope that rumor does not come to pass. I think we've had enough of corporatization in this fucking country. Corporations are like the New England Patriots.
Gets away with it. Or not Valve, EA. EA has bought so many companies that they just kill because they can't use them how they were, which you assume they buy them because they want these developers to work their magic. Hey, work your magic for me.
No,
money.
I assume they buy them just to get a stranglehold of the IP, and if they make money off of it,
okay,
good.
If they're not doing that, just to get a monopoly on whatever, then they want them to make money for them.
Well, I mean, didn't they buy a few franchises or a few developers just so they wouldn't be able to make competing sports games?
Yeah. Well, I think they bought the rights from the NFL or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, so it's just, they're not trying to make better products for the consumer. They're doing a negative value business strategy, which is they're just trying to eliminate options for the consumer, so their shitty version of a game is all you really have to choose from. I don't know why, but sometimes enemies just do more damage than other enemies that, you know, they're saying, this one's doing a lot more damage to me.
This one is, like, really strong.
I sure wish I knew where you were.
How does that move not take any fucking time for it to do? Oh, come on. Are you gonna do any other fucking moves? This fucking thing's pissing me off. I'm just gonna infinitely spam my tail slap, because I'm a dick. That happened with a Haeravon? Is that what those things are called? Earlier, where I was fighting the thing, it was just doing all the fucking damage ever, and it's like, I've killed a half dozen of you, and none of them really bothered me at all. Maybe their size affects the damage they do. This one looks pretty fucking big.
Maybe. He does look big. He's a cunt. Greg, you need to figure out where we are. Soon.
I have no idea where you're at. I don't know how to get up there.
Do you have the camp that's at the top of the forest?
No.
You haven't done that quest yet?
Is that a side quest or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why it's taking me so long to get through the game. There's actually a lot of side content.
Son of a bitch! My character attacked
How did that not
and
hit
fell
it?
off the ledge.
Okay, I figured it out.
Super lame.
Good, maybe he's flying to his nest. Okay. Marching on with the news. Wow, we didn't cover this last time? Really?
Now the thing has moved.
Anthem is getting delayed until 2019. So if you really, really wanted that Destiny clone, you're just going to have to wait. I'm sure there'll be at least 4 new expansions for Destiny in that time.
Yeah, I think last time you mentioned it, it was a rumor.
Oh, now it's official.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I'm waiting for Anthem like I'm waiting for a doctor's appointment, you know? I know it, I doubt it'll be fun. I'm just gonna go and see how much it's gonna suck, how bad things are. And that's where I am with Anthem.
What? You haven't even went and saw Destiny yet.
I don't need to see. I've heard you play Destiny.
It tempted you.
Only because I thought I could get a bunch of easy trophies out of it without paying too much money. But even you were like, nah, don't buy it. We'll do something else. So it couldn't have been that good. Because even someone who was playing it was not recommending it highly.
Are you kidding me? How come I can't figure out where this thing is going?
Do you have it being tracked with your scout flies?
No, they don't freaking know where it's at.
Go to your map and move the cursor.
I see where it's at, and I have my tracking thing on it. They're just not helping me.
Oh, you might not have found enough clues for them to be able to track it. Or the scout flies are just retarded, because sometimes they're fucking dumb in this game.
I haven't, if you don't hunt something long enough, don't they forget it's scent or something?
Yeah, but usually you can find like a track or two, and if you have it leveled up, they'll find it again pretty quick. Okay, why are you telling me to go a place I cannot go? Oh, you want me to go here? Okay. Seriously, where the fuck is this thing? Okay, I think this game doesn't have a fucking clue what it's doing. And it looks like it's flying away again anyways. Oh, and the next Battlefield game is supposed to launch in October.
So there goes the whole E3 about that.
Yeah. Is there any E3 where we don't have to sit through a bunch of fucking vapid annual first-person shooters.
Hey, some people like first-person shooters.
Yeah, but not these ones.
Plus, that shit comes out like every year, doesn't it?
Yeah. Every year it's a fucking Battlefront or a Call of Duty or a Battlefield over and over again.
Hey, look, Scout Flies, I'm hitting it. Maybe we keep tracking it, huh? Maybe we do that?
No. Crazy talk.
Did it fly off again?
Jeez, probably coming after me because I got one of its eggs.
Yeah, it looks like it's going there. Yeah, this Rathian's a dick. So I assume no one's buying the next Battlefield game.
Did we buy the last one?
Has anyone here ever bought any Battlefield games? Not Battlefront, Battlefield. Really?
Yeah, they're pretty cheap when they get used.
That doesn't mean you need to buy them.
How else do you build a collection?
Are you trying to collect every PS4 game?
Every game ever? What?
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. I didn't know you were pathological in that way.
You see my collection, right?
No.
Really?
Never. Okay, so this thing's just drunk and doesn't know where it's going. So I'm gonna steal its eggs, because fuck it.
You probably can't figure out where I'm going. I can't. I don't know how I'm gonna get to a camp, because most of the camps seem like you have to climb there.
You can climb with an egg.
You can climb with the egg.
Okay.
Yes, you can. This is something I learned on the first go grab that shit quest, because like, oh, the only way to get to camp is by climbing, so I guess I have to climb.
Yeah, this thing just literally flies to the top here and then leaves.
Focus Home Interactive to announce new titles on February 7th and 8th, so in just a few days. This is from Gamatsu.com. Focus Home Interactive will present its lineup of games, a number of which have yet to be announced, during its annual What's Next for Focus press event on February 7th and 8th in Paris. The company also... Oh, how did I run out of stamina? Damn reading, not paying attention. The company also provides several sales updates and teases. Farming Simulator, Spin Tires Mud Runner, and The Surge. Games I've never heard of before.
Spin Tire Mud Run? What?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, not Spin Tire, fucking, The Surge was made by the developers who made Lords of the Fallen, I think.
Oh. Discount Souls.
Discount Souls.
Okay, now the thing is here. Now it's... Will you fucking make up your mind, you dumbass fucking Rathian? Now it's gone again. Okay, screw it. So I'm gonna pay attention to stamina a little bit. And where did you go, Rebecca? You are driving this Rathian nuts.
How do I climb down with an egg?
I don't know if you can. Jump? Hit X? Aim for the bushes?
Hit X. Somebody needs to distract it because it's going to break this egg and I've been walking forever.
Well, that's because you don't know where you're supposed to go.
I don't!
Nintendo Switch has sold 14 million units so far, and Jesus. Mario Odyssey has sold 9 million.
Ah! He broke the damn egg.
So the Switch has already outsold the Nintendo Wii U.
Lifetime.
I'm not paying attention anymore. Damn it. Yes, lifetime sales. In 9 months or so.
It's almost been a year, right?
But that's mostly just because compulsive idiots who can't keep track of their money are buying games that should have been on the Wii U in the first place, but I digress. Seriously, a company that can get away with selling cardboard to its fans really makes me think less of its fans.
Yeah, so far I've read that you can print out the cardboard for free.
Yeah, but have you seen some of those designs?
What, you can't print things?
I guess you could, but it still looks like it'd be a pain in the ass to cut and assemble on your own. I don't know.
It's still free. I think the only thing they're charging for is the
games that you play, yeah.
The software.
Yeah.
But still, people are going to buy that cardboard because it's easier.
Yeah.
As a kid who liked playing with cardboard, I can honestly say your kids would probably have just as much fun playing with anything you could make out of cardboard.
I'm sure of it. As a dad that has watched kids play with the cardboard that the gifts came in.
Yes. I mean, what kids don't do that?
They'll make money off of this. There's no way they're
Unfortunately. Not. The only thing Nintendo hasn't made money off of, aside from every single one of its last consoles not named the Wii. Actually, never mind. I just wanted to segue into insulting Nintendo some more because I detest them. I got nothing. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard sales topped 4.8 million. So we officially live in a world where Monster Hunter is likely to easily surpass Resident Evil.
Oh yeah.
In 1 week.
In 1 week.
That's something, isn't it? Like, that doesn't seem right on paper. But
nah, they're both still fantastic games.
I'm not critiquing either one of them, but it seems like Resident Evil should be bigger than Monster Hunter, but it's... You can't even somewhat argue that. Okay, hey look, I got the egg there. Third time's the charm, right?
Was that just because it's been around longer?
Well, I don't know. I just kind of view...
Like, why should it be?
Aside from Street Fighter, I kind of view Resident Evil as like one of Capcom's flagships, whereas Monster Hunter hasn't been a major console release in a long time. It's just little handheld games because that's how they've been doing it. Yeah, that dam burst.
You should think of Mega Man.
Well, come on. Do I have to?
You have to? Yeah. I mean, you should.
No, I mean, Capcom doesn't.
You know how often they pumped out those games in the early days?
In the early days. Yeah, okay, well, what have they done since the Super Nintendo?
You said flagship. What do you think flagship means?
Not dinosaur. They're not synonyms.
Not dinosaur.
If that's a flagship, that flagship has sunk. Been replaced by the SS Street Fighter and SS Resident Evil. Or HMS. I mean, yeah, if we were talking in like 1992, I'd say, yeah, Capcom. They're the Mega Man guys.
You should still think Mega Man.
I don't know. Well, they are making a new Mega Man,
I mean,
so
it's not. This isn't too hard. The Monster Hunter new release on a proper console.
See, I had my doubts though because
multiplayer shenanigans.
Well, it's not even the Western markets. I think almost 1.5 million of them sold in Japan. So, I mean, the Japanese market's eating this shit up, which, of course, they love Monster Hunter. They've been keeping Monster Hunter afloat for years.
For a while.
But I've been told repeatedly that consoles are dying in Japan, and apparently you can still motivate them to go and buy some shit if you have a game they like. So,
why are we doing this quest? This quest is retarded.
Well, we're almost done with it. As in, we're done with it. Fuck this quest. Because Rebecca didn't want to do it on her own.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
That makes it no less retarded.
I don't know why that Rathian was like God Rathian, but fuck him. So there.
Yeah, he was ridiculous.
That's my opinion.
He did manage to kill me because he poisoned me And then kept knocking me down and roaring.
Okay, Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced the February 2018 lineup of free games, which, by the way, you have about a day or two to claim, so...
Shit, I need to do that.
Yeah. The games are Grand Kingdom, Knack, Rhyme, and Starblood Arena. Whatever the fuck that is. That's for the PS4, for PlayStation 3... Mugen Souls Z. I have no idea what that is, but the only Mugen I know of is some freeware fighting game.
Let's say Mugen Souls Z is made by Compound Heart, I think, which made Neptunia.
Oh god. Rebecca, care to... There you go.
I've actually wrote a guide for Mugen Souls Z.
Oh, really? Is it a good game?
No.
I can't talk. I
No.
wrote a guide for Mass Effect Andromeda, so I can't sit here and go,
I did
they write for good games. Yeah, Knack, you used that to partially pay for the PlayStation, didn't you?
Indeed.
What a whore.
Oh, a Starblood Arena. It says it's PSVR. There you go, Dave.
I'm suddenly more interested in it. Large monster hunt and large monster capture. We're gonna do.
Well,
both
the name's
of those
Starblood. Like, how do you not look that up for starters, right?
Do stars have blood? My understanding of cosmology isn't great.
The bloody stars.
This looks like you were in a ship and you're just killing other people in other ships.
Oh, it's multiplayer. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks multiplayer.
Like, VR is fine and all, but I don't want to see other people to see how much I suck at it.
Yeah, they're gonna see how bad you are.
I could not beat that first boss in Farpoint. Like, they just spawn a whole bunch of spiders at you. Actually, I don't even think it was the first boss. It was just a big fight area. They spawn a whole bunch of fucking spiders at you and trying to aim at all the things with the aim gun. I mean, I probably could have done it with a controller, but what's the fun in that? I want to use my fucking aim gun.
Okay. Now all the big hunt type ones are done, so we can
No, the big hunt ones are the ones I want to do.
I said they're done, so I can do story now.
Oh, fine. Jeez.
I have ballooning problems.
Yes, we can go fight that fucking, I can't remember the name of it.
Fluffy monkey thing in there. Can you guys join this one?
We'll be able to once you SOS, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Nathan.
Huh?
It's Troy Polamalu.
Oh, God.
What?
See if you can join.
That's his nickname?
Well, it makes sense in a way. It pops up and...
Hey,
I get it.
A new guy in our thing. I'll send him my guild card. Hey, Volt. Have my guild card. Oh, I was doing some SOS quests earlier to try and get that trophy. I didn't quite make it all the way through to that, but I was playing with a bunch of Japanese dudes, and I have to say, they're really destroying the myth that Japanese players are better at gaming than Western gamers. Because some of those people I was playing with were goddamn awful. Like, getting eaten by the Anjanath 3 times in a row.
Hey, they're probably
They may have been
5.
trolling you.
Maybe.
They may also be 5.
I mean, it was their quest, so... Nintendo Switch's online service launches in September. Do any of you plan to actually subscribe to this?
Probably not.
Because if you
Maybe.
do...
We'll see what they offer.
If you do, I have a smartphone, so we can do chat.
Oh, Jesus. Like, how has Nintendo not copied Sony or Microsoft's online systems yet?
What do you need to copy? Just fucking add in a USB port on the goddamn hub somewhere for a microphone. There.
Fucking Discord has offered
Or yeah, do a Discord app. Well, either way, you're still going to need a microphone hookup somewhere. You know what? It's Nintendo, so you can even have like a little USB-C fucking proprietary microphone. Just call it the Switch-Com or something. Or no, the Joy-Com. Instead of Joy-Con, you can have Joy-Com too. There.
Ugh.
Nintendo, I fucking gave you something. Just fucking do it, you fucking incompetents. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing.
Super NES Classic Edition sales top 4 million, a Nintendo device that I will not bash because I can't get enough of these fucking classic things. I will try to get an NES Classic if they actually do go on sale this year like they're supposed to, but I still need to play this more, but I've just been too busy with my PlayStation 4. Greg's like, yeah, I already beat half the games on it. I don't have any time.
I played through Castlevania 4 on mine, and that's all I've done so far. Which is the only game on that thing I wrote a guide for.
That's the best Castlevania, except for Symphony of the Night. It's the best old-school Castlevania, I should say.
Symphony of the Night isn't old school. It's kind of where it changed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Castlevania 4 is the best old-school one. Symphony of the Night is the best. Once they started being Metroidvanias, stopped being so stage-based. Xbox One X was the top-selling premium console in U.S. holidays. That's not all that surprising, considering that the PlayStation 4 Pro is a goddamn joke. I mean, I think it speaks kind of poorly on both Microsoft and Sony's planning that we have these consoles we have that are so underpowered. And they had to have known they were coming out underpowered out of the gate, otherwise they wouldn't have made these mid-generation console upgrades. But Sony gave us a Band-Aid, and Microsoft at least fucking gave us a fucking bandage. They actually gave us some gauze. Neither one is really sufficient, but, I mean, if push came to shove, and someone asked me, do you want a Pro or an Xbox One X? I probably wouldn't pick either, because I have a fucking PC, but still. The Xbox One X is a far better upgrade than the PlayStation 4 Pro. So here's a question.
You ready for the SOS?
I'm ready for it.
Just tell us when.
Who here thinks that next-gen consoles are going to be doing 4K?
Say that again?
Will next-gen consoles be doing 4K?
I imagine.
Jared, have any speculation on this?
Isn't Pro already doing 4K?
No.
They need fucking 2 terabyte hard drives right out the gate.
Yes, well, at the very bare minimum.
Yeah.
Because you can already get a 2 terabyte hard drive for like $80 tops. So, the PlayStation 4 Pro is doing 4K the same way the PlayStation 3 was doing 1080p. That is, it said it on the box, and it wasn't really doing it. And when it really did it, it wasn't doing it well, or cheating essentially. They do checkerboard shit, which looks better.
You can join her quest.
Yeah, join it.
But really, at most, they're doing upscaling. Well, not even. That's not fair to say at most, because they are hitting resolutions higher than 1080p, so they're making progress. But I think they're getting so close that I think it's going to be easily affordable for them to make a passable 4K console.
It's assigned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, either way, the one thing they need to do, that Sony needs to do, fucking backwards compatibility.
Yes. This generation, they're on x86 architecture, so I don't think there's really an excuse. I don't see a reason to switch architecture or anything. If the PS4 isn't backwards compatible out of the gate, and I mean physical and digital, it needs to be fully, because fuck it, I'm not going full digital this time. I think that's a huge slap in the face if they don't do that. And I'm pretty sure if Microsoft isn't completely retarded, which is a big if, that everything from the Xbox 360 onward will be backwards compatible. I just don't see why they would give that up. If they're trying to make some big all-encompassing gaming platform that incorporates PC gaming and console gaming into one brand, they'd be dumb not to. And Sony kind of has to do it just to compete. Nintendo can keep on playing in their own fucking universe, and people will give them money for some reason, but they can make do on the annual Zelda and Mario and other generational bullshit they do, but Sony doesn't really have that market. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I expect PS5 to be coming out 2020? I wouldn't be surprised.
2020, that's what you're going with?
That's what I'm going with, yeah. Nintendo and Illumination Entertainment announced Super Mario animated movie. Keyword in that is animated.
That's crazy. So that's one of the bigger news items. Nintendo's willing to give movies a go again.
They didn't learn their lesson.
What's it been, 20, 25 years?
Can you blame them for waiting a generation?
No, well... I mean, the first one was pretty freaking bad, and they learned their lesson not to do that again.
That said, I think they picked the perfect actor for Mario in that movie.
Who'd they pick?
He was really good.
The same guy who was a detective on Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah?
Was it Hopkins? No. That was the bad guy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Here, hold on.
But he was really good. I liked him. But I liked I'm going to butcher his name.
Hoskins. I was close. Hoskins. I was close. Bob Hoskins. Yeah.
What's the name of Luigi? The guy who played it, John Leguizamo or some shit like that.
Yeah, he did.
John Leguizamo.
Yeah, there you go. I like him. I like him as a comedian, and I think he was okay for Luigi. But the problem wasn't the acting. The problem was, one, why the fuck is this a live-action movie? And two, you're trying to make sense of the Super Mario plot.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't something you can really make sense of in a live-action-y sort of way, because it's a paper-thin premise allowing you to fight.
Mario Bros. Super Show?
Well, yeah, but that was stupid, and that's exactly what Mario is. It was just...
Those live-action segments made sense.
Sir.
Total sense.
Sir. The Goombas are dancing again.
That's the one part that Rebecca likes. That and Walk the Dinosaur. She loves that song. We were playing Saints Row 3, and...
You already told this story to them.
I'm telling it again, and they have a DLC called Enter the Dominatrix. Actually, that's Saints Row 4, isn't it? Whatever, one of them. And for no reason, at the end, you just find yourself riding a raptor down the city streets, and they're playing that Walk the Dinosaur song. And Rebecca died. Fucking died laughing.
Yep, I'm undead.
Yeah, pretty much. You ever saw how pale she was, you wouldn't think that's an exaggeration. Oh. Jared, you went back to the bow? I said bow gun, man. Jeez.
It's a flying creature. I should have switched to something. But...
Yeah, this weapon isn't too great on it. Although I can sit there and tank his attacks when he's sitting there all puffed up like a balloon.
He's a dick. He knocked me off the ledge. And then I stayed in combat with him forever, so I couldn't fast travel to get up here.
Yeah, now he's ballooned up.
Ooh, 45 damage.
Oh, no, whoever's shooting those things, they're doing what the people on I was playing with earlier were doing. I'm not sure what ammunition that is.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that big fat slam attack does a lot of damage, actually.
Can't believe he got me. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, and I caught it on tape, too. It's gonna be embarrassing forever. No, no, no. Okay, good. So one time I'm happy an enemy hit me. Are you serious? So is anyone actually interested in watching this Mario movie?
I'll watch it.
With your kids?
Sure.
That's the excuse you'll give for it.
I wasn't going to make the excuse, but oh well. Hey, here's the ice dragon. It's totally flying over here.
It can totally stay over there. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Yeah. But for now, let's just focus on one flying dick.
Good time to switch to Bo, Jared.
The news. Red Dead 2 delayed.
So, did you see the other movie news?
No, what's that?
Donnie Yen confirmed that he's going to be in a movie version of Sleeping Dogs.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't know who Donnie Yen is?
Nope.
Okay, then.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
Did you watch Rogue One?
No.
You didn't watch Rogue One?
No.
Damn, you making things hard.
I'm not a movie guy.
How about Ip Man?
I've never even heard of that.
God damn it. Okay, so for everybody who isn't Nathan, Donnie Yen's going to be playing the detective from Sleeping Dogs. Have you heard of Sleeping Dogs?
Yes, Jared made me buy it, and I've never played it. I hate this fucking thing, because it's one of those enemies that has a... I moved, so that's an attacks.
Oh, it's gonna go down. Oh, it's gonna go down. Here we go.
Well, go down already, you damn... There we go.
In your face.
Yeah, of course. My shield charge wore off.
Here. Shoot it. Oh. Ah.
Too late. I charged my shield already. Like, when enemies actually do charge attacks, I'm fine with it, but when they just walk, fuck you. That's not an attack.
Yeah, that's literally all he does.
Oh, he's stunned. Okay, I'm gonna get him. Yeah!
Yeah, see, that's totally my, that is totally my paralysis thing. Like, there's no way that wasn't the...
Yeah, mine just never worked. Like, I'm not gonna equip a weapon that's gonna proc once in a fight. Okay, whoever did that, I'm gonna give credit to Jared for that, because... Yeah.
Was that a flash bomb, Jared? One of those flash pods?
Bitch.
There's a whole bunch of tools you can craft and bring with you.
Yeah, especially different types of ammo.
Oh, you can bring flash pods without having
Yeah, I know.
a bow or anything.
I just can't be arsed. I have some healing stuff, but not much. I'm keeping buffs, but not really messing with other tools except for traps and trank bombs. Counter-Strike co-creator arrested over sexual exploitation of a child. This is good. This is from GameSpot.
This is a good story.
Okay. Jess Cliff, the co-creator of Valve's hugely popular Counter-Strike, has been arrested. Seattle police arrested Cliff, 36. God, he's only that old, huh? On suspicion of sexual exploitation of a child. Cliff has been employed by Valve since 2003, 15 years, so since he was 21. Jeez, this guy's fucking not had to do anything else in life. A spokesperson for Valve told Kotaku that Cliff has been suspended. We're still learning details of what actually happened, Valve said. Reports suggest he has been arrested for a felony offense. As such, we have suspended his employment until we know more. An arrest record obtained by Kotaku shows that Cliff was booked at 11:17 a.m. Pacific time on Thursday before being denied bail. Good. I don't think you should be able to get bail for sex crimes. I'm just punitive like that. According to Seattle news site KIRO7, Cliff has not been charged with any crime at this time. So I guess you really can't comment too much on what he has done or may have done, because he's yet to be charged.
Oh, he's not even charged?
Apparently. He was booked for something, but he hasn't been charged with anything. So where that gets us, I don't know. Not too far. So what arrows are you shooting, Jared?
In close range.
Oops. Okay, we can trap him if we want. Anyone have the stuff to go for trapping, or?
I do, but I'm nowhere near you guys because my scout flies are you assholes.
So, sexual exploitation of a minor. Greg, thoughts?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That guy's going to get in, well, usually they, well, I don't know how this whole thing works. Like, I would think they would have charged him with something by now.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you can get booked for that.
This is the kind of crime that they don't put you in general population because you're going to get fucking murdered.
Yeah. That's one thing about the American prison system that, like, you hear this flippin' shit all the time about, oh, he's going to get it in prison. Should we really be celebrating that extra punitive nature of our prison system? Like, it's just generally accepted that you're going to get raped in prison.
Well,
and a lot of people view this as a feature,
killed.
Raped and or killed, and people view this as a feature of the system, not as a bug, and I find that very strange.
If he raped children and is proven guilty at it, more power to the prisoners who kill him.
Kill him.
He'll get out and he'll do it again. So fuck him.
I know,
I'm not for raping them.
Okay,
but
because if
you're killed in prison,
if you're complaining about a rapist or a molester, you shouldn't also cheer them getting raped in prison. It just seems hypocritical to me.
The real question is, should you put them in with general population or not?
Well, no. I mean, if they're gonna fucking get raped and or killed,
how is that your fault?
It doesn't matter if it's your fault. You know it's an inevitable consequence of the prison system as it is now.
You don't know that.
If you can look at stats and go, there's a high probability of this happening, yeah, you can know that and say that. And respond to it accordingly.
So they get special treatment.
Do you have locks on your doors, Greg?
Yes.
Well, you don't know you're going to get robbed. Why do you have locks on your doors?
They're not locked.
Ow. Just because you're not using the tool correctly doesn't mean you don't have it.
So what if I said no?
Well, then that would kill the analogy, but I've never seen an exterior door without locks, so...
I don't see why we give certain people special treatment, is what I'm saying.
Because you know they're going to get killed.
Because you did something bad, you deserve special treatment. How does that make sense?
Because they weren't sentenced to death, and if you let them go out in the general population, it's basically a death sentence. Well, that's another issue entirely, but until you go and make that actual sentence, if you know they're going to likely get killed in general population, don't put them out in general population.
No, I'm not the one killing them.
Hey, it saves money. If,
okay, well, we're not killing you. We're going to put you in the middle of a desert, 100 miles away from any source of water. We're not killing you. The desert's killing you.
See, now you're getting it.
Well, I don't know. Fucking, he could find a magical fucking UFO sitting out there from the Roswell aliens and fly away, get to safety.
There
I'm not saying
you
he
go.
can't.
There, you're on board now.
Okay,
Excellent.
I guess I've agreed with murder by proxy.
It saves the taxpayers' money if they let the inmates do it.
Anyways, I don't know how we. Oh yeah, Counter-Strike guy.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I guess it does relate to you.
'Cause
See,
he's a
there we
baby
go.
raper, possibly. He's an alleged baby raper.
No, he's not alleged anything.
He's
The sexual
Well, he's picked up
exploitation of a minor. What all things does that encompass?
I think it does include child pornography.
Does it encompass
Yeah, probably.
paying a 16-year-old $30 to flash her tits, or
Yeah, probably.
I don't know what the
Yeah.
legal definition includes.
Sexual
and
exploitation
he wasn't
of a
actually.
minor is...
He actually. It seems broad, and he actually wasn't charged with anything. So,
Yeah,
All right, so what are we doing quest-wise?
I'm
Rebecca.
waiting
quest,
for things to
Breakfast
load
Monsters.
so I can pick the next quest.
Yeah, main story stuff. We're waiting for her. So I'll keep on reading new stuff. Sony CEO Kaz
How do you
Hirai.
not know who Donnie Yen is? Jesus.
Because I don't watch movies. I can't even recall
Go-
the last one I... Do you want me to
Go
fucking
watch
Google him?
Hitman. Yes, I do.
Google.
So I'm a big fan of like martial arts films. You probably aren't, I'm guessing.
I like Kung Pao. Wait, what?
So you know who Stephen Chow is?
Was he the guy in that movie?
Wait a minute, Kung Pao? Isn't that the stupid ripoff one?
Yes.
God damn it.
Yes.
Go watch Kung Fu Hustle and tell me that just isn't the best thing you've ever seen.
I don't need to watch a bunch of bland Asian guys on fucking strings
It is not bland Asian guys, I'll tell you that.
enact fucking poor fucking fist fighting with way too many special effects.
Ew. It's like this gross lizard named the Great Gyros. All slimy.
You're not fighting that thing yet. Oh, are you in the Rotten Vale?
That's where it's telling me to go.
Look how quickly she catches
Yep.
up. Anyways,
Am I not
the
supposed
next
to
area.
be there?
No, you are.
Sony CEO Kaz Hirai, who formerly led the PlayStation business, has stepped down. Electronics giant Sony today announced a major management shakeup. CEO Kaz Hirai, am I saying that right, Jared?
Yeah, Cassie.
Who previously led the PlayStation business before being promoted, is stepping down. Taking his place will be Kenichiro Yoshida, who is Sony's current CFO, Director, Representative Corporate Executive Officer, and Executive Deputy President. Okay, you have about too many titles there. Hirai will transition to the role of Director, and Chairman in a move effective on April the 1st. This is no April Fool's joke. And he says a bunch of shit, but it's all corporate platitudes. Oh, I'm so happy, and now I'm proud, and all my time working here, and yay, good stuff. So I'm not going to bore everyone by reading that. We already covered Far Cry 3 being part of the Far Cry 5 Season Pass. And since
I pre-ordered Far Cry 5 earlier.
Oh, did you? Did you get the Gold Edition?
Yeah.
I knew you'd get the Gold Edition. I got the Gold Edition coming too. Comes with the Season Pass and the Steelbook, so fuck it. Why not?
Yeah. So you get an extra
And
game.
apparently the third, yeah.
Yeah.
The Season Pass content looks decent enough too.
I haven't even paid any attention to the Season Pass content. I was just like, I'll have it if I need it, so there.
Did you ever see Far Cry Blood Dragon?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I think I own it on PS3 actually. But I've never played it.
Stuff like that.
Okay. I mean, I got the Assassin's Creed Origins Season Pass with the Gold Edition, and I've never played any of that content. I think they just came out with the first bit of it not too long ago, though. Which makes me wonder, why the fuck didn't we talk about it? Oh well, whatever. Oh, and some news to break Jared's little heart. PS4's Yakuza 6 release date delayed.
Oh, that sucks. I still have that on.
It will now launch in North America and Europe on April 17th.
I have Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami. I haven't played either.
Yeah, I mean, we're only getting this one for the shot glasses. Rebecca hasn't told me to cancel it yet, so I assume she still wants them. Rebecca?
Yeah. I'm getting attacked by a big spiky thing. That's not what I was told to look for.
Yeah, you should be able to SOS us.
Can you SOS us?
It hasn't told me I can.
Because I will kill that thing. I've killed like 10 of those.
Yeah, those things are pretty easy for my weapon because they're too big to really effectively dodge. It's the small little fuckers that are hard for me to hit.
Yeah, if we're going after that, I'm bringing my hammer.
Hammer
I still have
time.
to look at this great gyros before I could let you guys in here.
Oh. You gotta go down into the lower places and to spot that great gyros. What is this article? Oh. King of Kong. Billy Mitchell's top Donkey Kong records removed for misleading hardware use. Remember Billy Mitchell from back in the day? He had his own hot sauce. Because, you know, that's what you needed to...
They removed his record?
They removed his record.
For what reason?
I'll read. This is from Game Informer. The Donkey Kong high score scene is famous enough to have a documentary about it, starring high score veteran and hot sauce maven Billy Mitchell. Mitchell's scores are being called into question for using different hardware than originally thought. The post explaining the removal goes into long technical detail with GIFs that explain the difference between hardware, but essentially it has been alleged that Mitchell is using an emulator called MAME while playing Donkey Kong versus the actual hardware, creating an uneven playing field on some of his highest scores. In summary, these GIFs show that each of the Donkey Kong World Record direct feed recordings presented by Billy Mitchell and verified by TG were generated in MAME and not by original Donkey Kong hardware, wrote dispute settler Jeremy Young on Twin Galaxies, a site that tracks and verifies high scores. These scores are 1,047,200, the King of Kong tape, 1,500,200, the Mortgage Broker score, and 1,062,800, the Boomer score. In order to demonstrate this, it is necessary to understand how Donkey Kong images are generated by MAME versus an original PCB. Young, who uses a screen name Zelnia, goes on to explain how it is possible to tell the difference between an emulated game and hardware. A simple analogy would be this. Real Donkey Kong hardware generates the image in the same way you would open or close vertical window blinds from side to side. Older versions of MAME, pre-0.122, generate an image in the same way you would put together a puzzle, piece by piece. As such, Young has made the decision to remove the above-mentioned scores above 1 million, dropping Billy Mitchell from top 20 to 48, his last publicly validated score. One interesting note is that the scores being removed were personally verified by infamous dragster record holder Todd Rogers. Earlier this week, Rogers' world record for dragster were disqualified due to the numbers being determined impossible and fraudulent. Rogers denied any wrongdoing. Billy Mitchell could not be reached for comment.
Oh yeah, he's going to take this news wonderfully, I'm sure.
Well, come on. Has Billy Mitchell even been a big deal since...
No.
When's the last time people talked about him?
When that documentary came out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure.
God, no, I'll save this one for last. Oh, okay. This is the last thing, because we already talked about Yakuza 6. So here's an article from Forbes. I'm just going to read the title to Greg and let it sit with him for a bit. Monster Hunter World's worst offense may be its questionable treatment of animals.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, this is Forbes, a blog site. Do we want to jump into this, Jared?
I'm face palming right now.
You're just finding things to piss me off at this point.
I actually
the Patriots lost, Greg. The Patriots lost.
Yeah, you're right. The Patriots lost. This is you cannot ruin my day.
Okay,
this
let's go on with this. Well, it is a new day, thankfully. But this is the dude's bio. I'm gonna ruin your next day. How about that? I'm a video game freelance writer with work appearing in Retro Gamer, Games Radar, Plus, and Wired. I have a real passion for the classics, but also a strong appetite for unique, the fringe, and impossibly bizarre. Always looking to shine a pixelated light on solid independent projects and ambitious development teams. That's his.
So how's that SOS coming? Just by the way, please say it's ready and
great
you're
heroes
it now.
Left, so I have to kill the Haeravon before I can invite anybody here, it seems.
Like the SOS option is grayed out?
Right at all.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure the Great Gyros doesn't leave if they tell you to find one.
There's a cutscene where he just walks off, and that's all you have to do is spot him.
Yeah, but I didn't spot him, and now there's a big X on my screen, and the only thing here
there's a lot of X's that just mean you can't
Radamess.
go somewhere or something.
Yeah, half of that level's blocked off. Did you go into the toxic?
Dude is gone. He's not here.
Did you go into the toxic? Did you go into the toxic mist area?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's not there.
Well,
I don't
fuck
have
it.
an energy drink.
I'll post an investigation. How about that?
Alright. Investigate yourself with Diablos.
No.
I need Diablos.
We're not doing Diablos yet because I don't think everyone's a high enough monster or hunter rank. I think you have to be like.
Well, get the parts then.
I think you have to be 8 to do it. No, they can't join the quest, Greg. That's the problem. I think you have to be hunter rank 8 to do it, and I think I can only do this by sending out an SOS, so I don't think we can do this until later anyways. Because these are both assignments. Jeez, Greg. Since Rebecca's killing a Gyros, let's us kill one
Haeravon.
Haeravon, whatever, same thing.
Which I don't think I'm going to be able to do, because it just keeps knocking me down.
Yeah, that thing actually knocked me out the first time I fought it, because it knocked me down, and then it rolled over me while I was still on the ground. I'm like, oh, that's fucking fair. Alright, I have an investigation posted, so if y'all want to join. And hopefully it appears for everyone. And I'll just read this article while I wait. Despite how complicated and overwhelming Monster Hunter World can be, I've been getting more and more consumed by its expansive aims and deep leveling systems. We're playing a different game. That said, there's something that's been bothering me quite a bit, and strangely, it has less to do with the convoluted menus and more to do with the game's basic premise. Griefing, pestering, and outright destroying innocent animals, many of whom are just minding their own damn business. I feel the need already to point out that it's just pixels. There's not any real animals here.
This guy knows that. He is literally writing this nonsense.
He does
to
know
get people like you to read it.
Okay, he succeeded. He does know it because this is his very next sentence. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Excuse me, sir, you may not be aware, but this is just a video game. A game about hunting. It's in the title, actually, so why are you surprised that the fundamental gameplay loop involves tracking down creatures, killing them, and harvesting their minerals or materials to use for weapon and armor upgrades? Well, random internet person who is kindly taking the time to read this article, you mentioned me. I'm not surprised, not in the least. What I am is troubled, and it's honestly not something I thought I'd be feeling while playing through a complete grindfest like this. Though as unexpected as the notion seems, it's there, and it continues to linger. Even after almost 15 hours of exploring. Almost 15 hours. So what?
15?
You almost started playing the fucking game then, huh?
Almost. What we're doing
I know.
He's fucking tutorial.
He's like, I'm sitting here at like 14 and a half hours. Oh man, I really put some time into this game.
There are people who put 70 hours and they still think they're in a tutorial.
I know I'm still in the tutorial because it keeps informing me that I'm doing low rank hunts.
Yeah.
And I'm over 60 hours, so... Okay,
yeah,
I'm
well,
actually fighting something.
Big son of a bitch.
I think I accidentally did a guard point.
Oh, I should have ate something.
Oh, I think you won that one.
I'm gonna go eat something, I think.
Yeah, you probably should eat something. I don't know
Maybe
why
you should eat something, Greg.
I don't know why you think eating meals in this game is optional. How did that not... I hate when the game randomly decides that that isn't going to count as a grapple. I'll read more of this later, but I'm too busy griefing and he is right about one thing. A surprising number of the monsters in this game don't really give a shit about you. Unless you attack them. I did read a news article, though, that reported that wildlife stocks have been depleted by 40% globally in the past 45 years. Isn't that fucking crazy?
So here's my thing, right? This guy is willing to write an article on this nonsense. But what's he doing for the whales and the Japanese?
Nothing. I mean...
Dude, you can't because they have, like, it's their culture.
Like, just showing that you're concerned, it's a new form of slacktivism. I'm slacktivism. I'm very concerned about something.
It's a good thing that's free, right?
And I'm going to complain about it. I know, put your money where your mouth is. Like, all these people are like, oh, we should conserve shit. When they whine about conservation in Africa. And don't get me wrong, I fucking hate the idea of elephants and lions being killed, but there are poor fucking human beings that are killing these things to try and feed their families. And, you know, governments are allowing rich pricks, and I think these are the real people that you should hate, like the fucking Trumps, to just go kill these fucking animals for a fucking hee-haw. But, you know, if there's someone poaching ivory, they're not doing it because they're just giggling about killing an elephant. They're doing it to make money so they can fucking put food on the table. And
maybe we should invest in making it so that they can make their own food.
Maybe we should. Maybe we should. But until you put that money there and get these people an alternative means of making a fucking income and sustaining themselves, are you really telling me that if you were put in their shoes, like Greg, you have 3 fucking daughters, if you had to kill an elephant to feed your daughters, otherwise they would starve, would you be killing an elephant?
That elephant's probably going to die.
Yeah. I mean, I can't blame you at all.
I would search for every single possible avenue.
Yeah.
As killing something that big and in many cases rare is a goddamn fucking nightmare, right?
It's a shame. And you're talking about it from being difficult.
Yeah, it's also difficult.
Greg's like, I don't know, they're kind of big and they'd be hard to find here in St. Louis, but...
Oh, no, they're actually caged up.
Yeah.
Not hard to find them.
I got them
right there.
But, I mean, the point is, if you are going to go buy a bunch of land in Africa and pay people there to feed these things and to watch after them and guard them, then you've spent your money and you're saying, okay, I'm trying to keep these things alive. Because I'm not only employing people to help keep them alive, but I bought the land for them to range on, and, you know, that's putting your money where your mouth is. If all you're doing is sitting there on the internet going, oh, these fuckers killed the elephants, well, you know, there's a reason that they have economic value to people, and no human being forced into situations where it came between saving an elephant and eating is going to fucking really care too much about that elephant. Including the people throwing Twitter tirades and this guy on Forbes complaining about cruelty to animals.
Pixelated animals.
Pixelated animals. So, I mean, it's on another level of stupid. I don't like the core premise. You know what? I don't like the core premise of a lot of Japanese dating games or, like, Neptunia. I find them kind of creepy. I don't sit there and go, oh, God. Oh, no. How dare they? I've got to go write a fucking blog post on Forbes. I don't like the core premise of
fucking boy bands.
Yeah.
And I'm not whining about them.
Just wait till your daughters are teens.
No, I mean, it'll be fun then, because then you'll be able to make fun of his daughters for fucking liking these fucking jagoffs, but...
Yeah, and when they cry over Justin Bieber the 8th.
Oh god, there's not gonna be another one, is there? Hey, he's poisoned.
Stop rolling.
Ah, that wasn't a good hit. I mean, and even then, video games that I find distasteful, they're fucking video games. I'm not sitting here going, oh, you played fucking Neptunia, you must like raping fucking underage girls.
Well, I mean,
that was making me wonder.
As a joke, I'm not... Look, if I actually thought they were raping underage girls... I'm more concerned by people who actually think Prompto is a fucking good video game character and people who play fucking Miku games or fucking Neptunia. But...
Fucking rolling cunt!
And yes, I got this article courtesy of GameFAQs. That was a good hit.
You're gonna capture this thing?
Is it hurt enough?
I don't know. I have a hard time telling.
Usually I just try and collect enough clues to get a skull. No, it's not her. It's not limping yet. I do need to sharpen my weapon, though. No, 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 no.
Isn't it limping?
Yeah, it wasn't a second ago, but it might be now. I love this fucking health booster, I have to say.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Damn it, Jared!
It's gonna die any second, I think.
No, it has a skull on it. Yeah, we can drop a trap whenever.
Am I gonna do it? I got a trank ready.
Oh, I do not have any traps on me. I forgot to restock. Jared, your only hope. Oh, he's going back to his lair.
Yeah, he may just well go sleep.
Do you have a shock trap, Greg?
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot to pick one up from my item box.
I stepped forward, so I did a shit ton of damage to you.
Yep, oh. There it goes. Nighty night, little guy.
Little guy?
Little guy.
Have you seen him come into this place and roll around in his bone pit and reattach all his bone spikes?
Yeah. That is pretty cool.
Okay. I just got done with some general hunting, so let me try and paint a riveting picture for you. As is the case when accepting many of the rudimentary quests earlier on in World's extensive RPG experience, I once again get whisked away to an open environment called the Ancient Forest. This steamy jungle is your basic primeval biome, replete with oversized hovering insects, raging waterfalls, dense vine canopies, and even
This guy really wants to write stuff.
I know, carnivorous plant lookalikes.
He wants to be an author.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, he's
look
writing.
At him trying his hardest.
He's writing on blogs and he's getting paid fucking pennies per click. Fuck, I gave him money. Oh well.
Yeah, you did.
You're not helping.
There's monkey cups that boast an uncanny Neptunese Ampelmuro resemblance. That's my nerdy botanist side sneaking out. It all looks seriously great. Moody, palpable, and atmospheric, though I'm not here to sightsee. I'm here to hit something repeatedly with my hammer until it stops moving. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, I question, like he said earlier, I know the game's called Monster Hunter. I question whether he actually knows that.
He should just beat the couple opening missions that lead to the forest where you probably have to kill something, and then just collect bugs the rest of the game.
Well, I mean, you know, play the game your own way.
Bugs and flowers. And
but seriously, he bought a Monster Hunter game. The point of the game is in the fucking name. He assures us he knows this in the second paragraph, the opening sentence of the second paragraph, and then it's like, the game looks nice and there's all kinds of pretty shit, but I have to hunt monsters. Yeah. Again. It's in the fucking name. So I start to gather organic clues from my surroundings. Anything to help me locate my precious bounty. A track there, a skid mark here, some mucus over there, and before I know it, I'm hot on the trail of a great Yagras. Monster Hunter's fictionalized version of a megafauna iguana. Sure, it likes to swallow other animals whole with its expandable snake-like orifice, but when I finally encounter the massive reptile, it's not attacking anything, let alone me. I watch it vocalize for no real reason, almost like a person talking to themselves as they do chores around the house. It lumbers to and fro.
He swallowed another animal for whole.
I know.
You contradicted yourself, dick.
Well, it's not hurting anything now.
Oh, he's already done swallowing it, so now he's just, like, laying around talking to himself about the delicious meal he just ate.
Gacy isn't killing anybody, or isn't fucking murdering boys and putting them under his fucking crawl space now, so he's not a bad guy. It lumbers to and fro through the lush vegetation, stepping across streams and doing whatever giant Yagras do with their natural free time. So in response, I walk up to this impressive creature and nonchalantly begin smashing it in the face.
Not that impressive. He's kind of weak.
Right?
Nonchalantly. Like your character isn't going, rah, rah. Yeah.
Oh, no, sometimes
when I nonchalantly smack things in the face, I'm like, oh, is that where I left my hammer?
Should I be worried for... Should I be worried for Lisa's sake?
Nah, I just do this all nonchalantly.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes it
well,
okay.
as long as you're, like, you know, not too invested in it. Of course, once the big lizard deems me to be a threat, you know, from the incessant face bashing, it predictably fights back, only to protect itself from the insane hairless ape that suddenly strolled into its life. Unannounced and uninvited. There's a short struggle, though in a matter of minutes it's all over. I'm digging into the green scales with my trusty gutting knife, pulling out what I'll need to add more ostentatious spikes to my armor. Ah, the spoils of the hunt. And to think that silly Yagras woke up this morning without a clue as to what was coming his way. Not that mega iguanas think about anything, I suppose. But I'm not done here, not by a long shot. I still need to obliterate something called a Kulu Yaku, a rather intelligent avian lifeform that has developed the ability to utilize tools. Okay, dude. It holds boulders in its hands. They do remark
on that.
I know, but let's be fair of what its fucking tool usage is. It's barely above the level of an otter.
It holds a boulder to smash the things so it can eat.
Yes.
It also goes around to other animals' nests, steals their eggs to eat them.
I know. See, you're protecting baby animals.
So he's like an asshole.
It looks like a cross between an ancient South American terror bird and one of Jurassic Park's agile velociraptors. Honestly, I just want to admire it from afar, maybe take a photo or two, and marvel at the existence of this incredible product of natural selection. But that kind of Pokemon Snap or Beyond Good and Evil detachment just won't work here.
Pixelation selection?
So I initiate another unprovoked conflict. The bird grabs a rock and makes a futile attempt at defense, but I'm just too strong at this point. So in almost no time, it's limping, crying, and then ultimately fleeing. I don't recall the thing ever crying. And to its horror, I'm following close behind. And to its horror, I'm following close behind.
I'm amazed this guy killed anything.
It hits me in the face repeatedly.
Oh god. And that's actually the most heart-wrenching part. Trailing an injured monster as it tries to run away after it realizes that it's going to die and at the hands of some alien intruder. It happens in the most agonizing fashion, as if to drive home the unsaid point that most of these encounters shouldn't even be happening in the first place. Is he playing the same fucking game I'm playing?
Yeah, except for he's getting paid to write about it.
I'm getting paid to write about it. What are you talking about? Hopefully I'm getting paid a lot more than this guy. And someone should tell him that when he gets a little further into the game, because 15 hours is nowhere, you can actually just capture the enemies. See? I mean, you're still...
Why is there a new Radabin? I don't want a new Radabin. How am I ever going to cite this Gyros?
Yeah, you should probably just quit that quest and start over.
Jesus, why are you having so much trouble with this? Just fucking go into the toxic place and walk around till you find the Gyros.
Because it wasn't
got
there.
A nest down there.
Okay, what do you guys want to hunt now?
It keeps leaving the fucking area. The only monster on the map is a Haeravon.
Quit the quest. Redo it.
Apparently, I'm gonna fucking have to. But if I leave, do I lose my captured creature?
No, you return from expedition or whatever you do.
Hopefully it counts that progress, or else we'll wait next round.
Well, it might. Who knows?
So who wants to...
better than being stuck.
Who wants to capture a Legiana?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay.
I hate where their nest is. They're so fucking far away.
I know. And you have to use that glide thing to get to it easily if you don't want to climb everywhere, but I'd rather have him.
Fuck that.
Jared.
What?
We need your help, Mr. Guy with the bow.
He said he doesn't glide. Fuck that.
Oh. Okay. I thought he was just
There
fucking
he is.
the entire hunt.
Finally, no, don't start a new thing. Now you can join my thing, I think.
Well, no, that's the end of the quest for you. Okay, I'll just...
Yeah. It's the end.
Yeah, I guess.
You may as well just start the next one.
Okay, I canceled this quest.
Oh, I have
Rebecca.
to be able to leave.
Anyways. That these animals aren't craving bloody battles and violent brawls. To be truthful, there are a few monsters that do seem to seek out this kind of interaction. Like the aggressive and very much carnivorous Anjanath. Oh yeah, and you know the Great Yagras, which ate things fucking whole.
Well, I mean, that doesn't attack you. It
Oh, well,
eats
not that time.
It eats innocent herbivores that are just wandering around.
It's in these moments that fighting seems slightly more appropriate. Justified, even.
You know what's another herbivore?
What's that?
Diablos.
Yeah. Fuck it, it's a dick.
Wait till you see
That's
the
what dicks are for.
They're simply a group of evil humans descending upon a creature that is now having to fight for its life, and that development doesn't exactly feel acceptable to me, even though by the game standards, the right thing to do. How so? Because I have a reward to reap from this encounter, and this isn't a capture quest. It's an investigation, which demands I slay these beasts because monster populations are on the rise, and researchers always need more specimens for their studies. You can capture them in investigations. Just because it says hunt doesn't mean you have to hunt. I've never seen a quest where you actually have to kill the monster.
Yeah, so his entire premise is false. So fuck that guy. He hasn't even been paying attention.
And are we in some weird fucking metaverse where human lives aren't more important than animal lives? Because I don't live in that universe. And I consider myself friendly towards the idea of environmentalism.
I think there's about 3.5 billion human beings that are expendable.
True, but unless 3.5 billion...
if I don't get to hit something soon.
Yeah, Rebecca, hurry the fuck up. Or we're hunting a Legiana.
Stupid story stuff. Go hunt the Legiana. I don't give a shit.
Okay, we're gonna hunt this Legiana. Jesus.
Sick of this fucking article. This guy's a fucking moron. Move on.
Yes, let's talk about something different.
Oh,
this guy's an idiot.
That's my last news story.
Opinion reached.
That's the article. So that's our...
We should really have a wall of fame / shame. Because you find people like this on a bi-weekly basis. Like, here's a list of idiots who don't understand what video games are, that get paid for writing about video games. Because this kind of shit, you know how we were talking about the Polygon Let's Play, Polygon Plays Doom?
Yeah.
Polygon Plays Doom. They can't manage to fucking aim a pistol correctly.
This is the mental version of it. This is the...
with a shotgun.
This is the ethical, moral version of Polygon's inability to play a first-person shooter.
No, what they do is they get people that write for video games, people like this, who worry more about the ethical ramifications of hunting down dinos that don't attack you first than they do about fucking doing their job. And those people just, fucking fake their way through it until they actually have to record something for some reason, and then that's how you get that. This is exactly how you get this.
I posted a quest. Okay. So you don't think these people are actually gamers?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
Actual gamers can pass the first level of Cuphead.
I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm hoping I could.
Tutorial.
He passed the tutorial.
Well, with effort, with
like
great
20
effort
minutes.
and suffering and sorrow.
With great effort and suffering and sorrow, yes, but he did it.
I mean, is figuring out an air dash that hard?
Why did it say left
loves...
quest? Fuck you.
As someone who loves fucking platformers, I had to shut off the video.
See, I don't even like platformers, but I was still like, come on, guy. I am not good at platformers.
The Polygon people were no better, and how many more quote-unquote gaming journalists / news sites have people just like this motherfucker that can't do it? Can't do it. Not a real gamer. But these are the people that are giving out reviews and getting the press release games, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. People that have no real useful opinion on games are the ones who are continually flooding the market with their voices. They're shrill, incompetent, useless, know-nothing voices. I agree with you. I don't think these people are really in it for the games. I think they're here to push social agendas, get clicks, and use games as the venue for their whinging.
Those cultural art appreciation and history majors aren't gonna use those degrees for much else, are they?
Hey, I've got an art degree, and I can tell you it's 100% fucking useless. Well, I've got a general bachelor's of art, so it's not even really an art degree. Like, it's not fine arts. It's not art history. So, I did get a minor in history, so I guess I could have a more useless degree. Barely.
So, hey Nathan.
What's up?
Monster Hunter World. Eating fucking meals. Why are some meals highlighted sometimes?
Because those are meals that have fresh ingredients as components, and it's randomly determined which ingredients are fresh, but if you have a meal of fresh ingredients, you get better boosts. That's why they're highlighted. And the more side quests you do, the more ingredients you unlock, which increases a higher chance of having fresh ingredients.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's my understanding of it anyways. If I'm wrong, then I don't know it.
I think you're right. It's just that the highlighted meals aren't necessarily the best ones by any means.
No, they're not always. Not for what you plan to be doing. But, like, usually I go with that chef's choice because it has really high base buffs to health and stamina.
Really fucking awesome when the chef's choice has fresh ingredients.
Yeah, I just can't function.
Which mine regularly does.
Yeah, the high stamina and health on chef's choice makes it seem like it's the best one.
I just can't function
like,
without those boosts.
Every time.
Like, I think I'm honestly getting to the point where if you're not boosting with shit at the beginning of each quest, you're probably not doing well in the quest.
Alright, so
one more question. The reason why I was having such a hard time is I did not eat before that quest because I thought it was a simple expedition. I didn't think I'd have to kill a fucking rolling fucking piece of shit with sticks sticking out of it or bones or whatever.
How did that...
I like the design of that one.
I hate that one.
Yeah, I didn't eat before.
Is roll around like an asshole and make you fucking stand there shaking back and forth like, oh, I'm unstable. Fuck off.
I didn't eat before that quest either, and it killed me, and then I was back at camp anyway, so I was like, fuck, I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, that was a good hit. Sometimes you just gotta gamble with these.
Why are you making me go back to the Rotten
question. Last question.
What's that?
Where do you go to send the Palicos out on their little quests?
You talk to your housekeeper in your room. Is one of the places you can.
And that's where they return to?
Yep.
Oh, that's why I've never fucking...
The research
I haven't been to my room
also has
ever.
a chick
they can actually get you monster bits. Yeah, you can do it at the research base too, but I'm making the general assumption you'll be in your room more often.
I never go in the room.
Ouch. Oh, you're on the ground. Oh, you're not on the ground anymore. I hate this thing so much.
Why can't we do story stuff together? Fucking idiot.
Because Capcom designed the game poorly.
So shitty.
I mean, first...
I landed right on your fucking wing.
All this animal abuse, that's bad enough, but I'm gonna run out of this anyway.
Then can't even abuse animals together easily.
I know.
Well, not with that attitude. Just not trying.
You do the fucking move. Nah, too far away. I'm not sure Rebecca can do this quest, but she'll be fighting one of these soon enough. And I don't think you ever...
I hate my sidekick. Fucking annoying.
The handler?
Yeah.
I hate her too.
Can I throw her off this airship?
You know, people raised an interesting point on GameFAQs. They're like, why aren't people bitching about the handler being ugly the way they bitch about Western characters being ugly?
She's just plain.
Well, yeah, so are a lot of Western characters, and you know how they bitch about them on GameFAQs all the time, and people are like, oh, she's not ugly. Yes, she is.
She's just boring. She's not, like, actively ugly. She's just annoying and boring.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that was too far out.
No, don't protect her from falling over the railing. Push her over it. I just spotted the Legiana.
Oh, she's gonna get the quest to hunt this thing too. And I think the Great Gyros is never assigned to you to fight on an actual main quest. I think it's all...
Yeah, I don't think it is.
Oh, but in case you're wondering, Greg, when I said I haven't written up like half the monsters yet, doesn't mean I'm not going to. I just have spaces for them in the guide. I like to fight them a few more times before I write about them. I usually take notes during these podcasts and when we're fucking messing around. Because that's when I really see the strategy. That's when I get all that shit done.
This guy, what about the, like, breakable parts? I'm sure you're probably putting breakable parts.
Yeah, I say what can be broken and what can be severed and what they're weak to, although elements don't seem to matter. I mean, they might matter for defense when it comes... I poisoned it. But they don't really seem to matter when it comes to dealing more damage to enemies. Maybe you just have to stack the shit a lot more than I was able to, but... Oh, you're gonna fly away now. God, I hate this fucking thing. I should just get a bow gun. Oh, he's eating that thing.
Shoot him.
I don't have anything to shoot him with.
There's red pits here. I shot him, he dropped it.
Okay, I was totally blocking that. He shouldn't be able to hit me with shit when I'm blocking. Calling bullshit on that right now. Yeah, what's that ammo that sounds like a bottle rocket, Jared?
That's my dragon shot or something.
Oh.
It's like my special move.
That's what they kept spamming on multiplayer. Okay, I hit him that time. Yeah, I think your next quest, Rebecca, is just going out to go fight one of these Legianas. Which means we're going to have to do this.
You might have to do a bottle run first.
No, my next quest is Legiana, embodiment of elegance.
Yeah.
So, alright. And in other GameFAQs news, I feel like I have to point this out. We got word.
Oh, yeah, you should.
That they have decided to up their game when it comes to bounty competitiveness. You know all the things that I fucking outright told Alan on Facebook November 1st, 2017? I do. I have it recorded. And I was having a good jolly time with this, where I told them that they were paying like shit. No one wants to sit there and write if they can get sniped at any time by anybody. Just a laundry list of changes that they needed to make. Well, they made them. Pretty much every single one. Obviously, they're not fucking listening to me, but these were things that I told him right to his face, his e-face anyways, 3 months ago, that needed to be changed because they're not competitive, and it's a joke that he thinks they're competitive. Well, they all changed. The new bounty range, if I remember off the top of my head correctly, is $200 to $3,000. We'll see if we get any $3,000 bounties, but if they're raising the cap that high, they can at least increase the bounties to $1,000. And they're also having bounty locks, where you can petition GameFAQs staff to essentially give you the guide to do, and no one can snipe the bounty from you. I imagine there will be a great deal of nepotism going on there, but if you're paying that kind of money to somebody, yeah, I want some guarantees that they're actually going to know what the fuck they're doing. So I can't really fault them for that, despite not being too optimistic for how it'll actually be implemented, but I can't think of a better way to do it, so. Also, if they pay you a big fat bounty from now on, the guide will be exclusive to Gamer Guys, and they are free to hack it up into little tiny pieces. GameFAQs, yeah. And they'll be free to hack it up into little pieces and post snippets and whatnot on other forums, other sites that they are affiliated with, which I assume means GameStop. Yeah, GameStop. And they're going to be running ads on their guides now. I find a lot of this very amusing for reasons that will become readily apparent soon enough if all goes well. And not just for the I fucking told you so, I fucking told you so, and I fucking told you so. Despite him arguing with me about it. So, a little bit of schadenfreude here, and I have no fucking qualms with admitting it. Because when you're right, you're right. So kudos to GameFAQs for doing this. I can't sit here and critique them and call them, names for it, because this is exactly what I said they needed to do to be competitive, and they did it. So I'd look like a petty asshole if I was just sitting here critiquing them for doing what they're supposed to do. So this is a good move, and hopefully it makes someone else. I know they're not in the business of paying our mortgage and putting our kids through college, but hey, $3,000 for a guide sounds pretty fucking good, doesn't it?
Well, it's better than anything they've done up to now.
Like, League's better.
I would know.
Yes. Also, they did do some shit with FAQ of the Month, where I think they're combining all their whatsits of the months.
They're not going to pay out for FAQ of the Month anymore, basically.
Okay, yeah. So, basically, if you're not... So, these are things about Gamer Guides that has been going on. And I meant Gamer Guides that time. So, bear with me a bit. Their guides were exclusive. They paid you a lump sum that you negotiated ahead of time. No one was going to snipe your shit. And they're making some other changes that we'll talk about when they're actually implemented, because I don't want to talk about shit that has not yet happened.
Hey, we got to capture it, remember?
It doesn't have a skull, does it?
I don't see one. It just seems like it's fallen an awful lot lately.
Let me go see what my research is like for it.
Which is better, the light or the heavy bow gun?
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't have a skull, and I would know if it did, so. We're good. I assume the light bow gun is more maneuverable? Heavy bow gun seems more like an artillery piece.
Using the regular bow.
Yeah. Try the light one and see how it works. So, I mean, this is good news for GameFAQs. I think this is really good for all guide authors. Because now, we're more in demand than ever before. We've got at least 3 sites that are somewhat actively courting us. And the pay-ups are going up all the time. So this is not a bad thing. I think it's good for us, too, here at Gamer Guides, because I think it puts pressure on the market for our wages to go up, too. So, But yeah, right now, there is no discernible difference between writing on gamer guides and writing on GameFAQs in terms of the policies of the two sites.
Oh, we have to see it first, right?
Well, on paper.
This is just news.
On paper, they're not any different. There's my caveat, my get out of statement free card. But yeah, it's just news. We'll see how they implement it. I'm waiting to see what this first $3,000 bounty will be. The Elder Scrolls 6? Because if any game deserves it, it's probably that one.
Probably Red Dead.
You think so? I'm not sure. Well, maybe traffic-wise, but we'll see. We'll see. But if Elder Scrolls 6 isn't up there, I don't know what the fuck the $3,000 is for.
Yeah, I bet 3,000 is going to be a pretty rare occurrence.
Yeah. But I mean, even if it's a rare occurrence, if 1,000, 1,500 is not uncommon, that's a fucking win. He's got a skull. He's going to fly back to his nest, so...
Well, here, I'm going to take it down, hopefully.
How come I'm not fucking seeing the skull?
Is your scout fly level 3?
Maybe that's one.
Yeah, it has to be 3, and then you know its status.
I've killed 3.
Alright, so once it goes down, somebody put a thing on it.
Trap. There's 2 levels here. There's a monster research level, which is permanent, and then there's a scout fly level, which decreases if you haven't hunted the monster in a while. And the scout fly level is... Stupid. Yeah. At rank 1, the scout fly level lets you get from track to track. It'll track its tracks. And at scout fly level 2, it'll actually track the monster. And at scout fly level 3, it'll tell you information about the monster, like if it's near death. And
look at this guy, like he's actually writing for you.
I know, I'm trying to learn this shit. Well, I knew very little about Monster Hunter, all the nitty gritty, so I am not afraid to look shit up and fucking try and figure out what the hell is actually going on. Trying to do my job, that's all.
Hey, there goes another plate.
I don't think I got it.
I got all the shit ever.
Oh, this is the smallest one ever? Okay. So whenever you're ready to post the next quest, Rebecca, we are coming back now. And that fight took forever. 15 minutes? I hate that thing. Maybe I should go grab myself a bow gun, but I just can't give up the charge blade. But yeah. Good shit with GameFAQs there. And it's been about a year since my last contract with Gamer Guide, so hopefully I'm getting another one. So we'll see how things go. There's a lot of interesting shit that may happen in the next week or two with Gamer Guides. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
well, I've been telling Devin, and I do talk to Alan every now and again. It's pretty rare, but like I've been telling them, they've been losing people. Neo Seeker's been taking people off of their hands left and right.
Oops. Okay.
I think it's pretty obvious. They basically had to pay for people to write for Fallout 4 and for Final Fantasy 15. Those are still the only...
Final Fantasy 15 guides isn't even on there anymore.
So, as an unbiased party, actually I'd say you're, if anything, biased towards GameFAQs. Did I call it, or did I call it?
I mean, I think you kind of did. It's hard to deny that, right, at this point.
I'm not saying that I made, like, some great, prediction here. This was pretty fucking obvious to anybody. They lost me, they lost Crystal, they lost you now, you, of all people. I knew they were in fucking trouble when you were like, yeah, I'm writing for Neo Seeker now. Because you were the fucking diehard. They lost Jared, they lost all kinds of fucking people. If you're not an ostrich, at this point, you have no fucking excuse for...
They lost Berserker, like the horror guide guy for years and years.
Yeah, you probably know more people than I do.
They've
you
lost...
ready to fight that thing again?
Yeah, I guess.
Are you guys back?
Let's do it again. Yeah, let's do it again.
Well, maybe Rebecca can tell me how the bow gun works.
Did you see the skill you get from wearing 3 of the Legiona's armor?
Yep.
Why do you think I've been wearing 3 parts of it? I'm not sure what it actually does. I haven't really noticed an appreciable uptick in rewards, but...
I'd say there's a noticeable uptick. I mean, it's not.
I haven't killed one yet, so I'm not wearing any of it. I had to work.
But
I need 2 TVs, 2 PS4s.
Why is that?
so I can work on Lost Sphere while I play Monster Hunter.
I don't think you get much work done on one or the other.
Guess what I have, Jared?
He has 2 TVs and 2 PlayStation 4s. Don't fucking feed him. Hey, guess what I have?
You also have.
Oh, man. Okay. I only have 1 TV and 1 PS4, but Rebecca has a TV and a PS4, so...
It doesn't help too much. You can only be logged on one or the other.
Well, when she's not here...
You still can't be logged into 2 PlayStation 4s at the same time.
I can keep one
offline. Help
offline.
my incessant need for...
Join my quest, guys, to kill the Legiona. Jared joined it, so I know you guys can.
But, yeah.
And I get to learn how to use a bowgun.
But to summarize the GameFAQs thing, kudos to GameFAQs, because this needed to happen. I mean, it needed to happen a year ago, but, you know, I'm not going to critique them for
It needed to happen before all the people left.
I mean, a lot of the people left, not just because they were... They lost me when they... It was really not fair, because it was more... Crystal than anybody else, but she was the one who was getting fucking during her short tenure of actually having an official role. Yeah, that was not the job for her. But when she was like, well, this is just they lost me with the this is just a hobby thing. Because at that time I was getting paid to do this shit, and I was getting courted by another site to do the shit for money. So, you know...
It's like, that's not a hobby at that point. It's a fucking job. It's a profession.
Yeah, I went away from GameFAQs when I needed a job with money, and they offered to pay me money.
It's only a job if you are in a very specific life circumstance where you can let this be a job.
Yeah, it's not paying
let's not go
rent.
Crazy here. If you didn't have Rebecca with you, you're probably not going to make a living off of this.
Yeah, actually, I could now.
Well, now that you've been sprung-lord into being able to...
No, I wouldn't have been able to do it, you know, I wouldn't have been able to spend all the fucking time writing the guides to get the skill set and the attention. But, well, maybe. I mean, I was working other jobs when I was writing guides back then, so... Yeah, I was fucking working in the Mac lab when I was still doing this shit, so... But now, yeah, if Rebecca kicked me out, I have enough fucking money. I could get a shitty little apartment and survive. It wouldn't be glamorous, but it would be competitive with what I get up with. I could go back to the Queen Anne. Yes, I could. And afford to fucking live on my own.
Think about that.
But hey, with Rebecca's income and...
Forced to eat ramen 5 days a week.
No, I could mix in some Chef Boyardee and some canned chili. I can manage.
Oh, okay.
It's
not too bad.
Hey, there's an Aldi's nearby.
Rebecca would be...
A car, so
our household finances would be very seriously impacted if I wasn't doing this.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure my wife would divorce me.
I'm surprised she hasn't already. After that bookshelf fiasco, I don't know how you're
because it's a hobby.
Your trophy list says otherwise.
It's my
Your
only
logged
hobby.
hours as given to you by PlayStation.
7.3 hours a day, Greg. That's not a fucking hobby.
Only hobby.
Okay, who else has 7 hours a day of hobbies cumulative amongst all their hobbies? Okay.
Hulu is a hobby too.
Because at that point, if you're not getting paid for it, you really should be. I mean, you're getting paid for it now, so is it still a hobby?
I think you could job.
I think you could call it a secondary job almost.
Yeah, it really is
supplemental work.
It's just about a secondary job. It may as well freaking be at this point.
Well, you bought yourself a Wii U or a Switch with it, you know. So, But Greg, if you ever want to come work at Gamer Guides, now that you've admitted you don't care about the whole exclusivity thing, and you're willing to work for money, and you'll do a contract.
I did Dragon Age for them. What more do they want?
I have no idea.
I did Fallout.
I don't really think there's anything that they would have you do right now. I can't really think of anything.
There's not that much going on.
But hey, if the Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, very likely that they'd pay you for that.
Oh no, Rebecca got realized.
She got what?
Yeah, he stunned me.
Oh. Did you hit her?
He jumped on me.
No, did you hit Rebecca to snap her out of it?
No, he jumped on it.
Oh, okay.
No, he never helps me get unstunned. It's a brick.
Hey.
I don't like this bow gun.
That thing just loves you.
You don't like this bow gun?
He's just letting me wail on him.
No.
Maybe the actual bow is better. You can go back to camp and switch your weapon.
Well, against a creature that's on the ground with me, it's not very nice.
This enemy just annoys the piss out of me because he's always fucking moving and always in the air and always doing shit. I'm surprised I managed to kill like 4 of them in single player.
Oh, well, Greg and I are fighting a Zeepsy.
Oh, that explains why it's just Jared and I here.
Well, yeah, because this thing is on the way there.
Well, there's lots of monsters that are on the way. Oh, that was a good hit.
Dick, don't jump on my face.
Here's a healing, Rebecca.
He just whipped me out of it with his tail because he's a fucking cunt.
If he's paying attention to me, that means Jared can take shots at him. But yeah, at the point in the game that I'm at, I mean, I'm looking at getting some of those full healing potions that max out your life bar and all that kind of shit, so there's all kinds of items I'm paying attention to. I'm pretty sure you're going to have to make use of those going forward if you want to actually kill things, especially on your own. And then after this, I can't remember what quest monsters Rebecca has to fight. I think she's just going to that Autogaron. Is the next one they give you a quest for. Oh, come on. I went right through him. I call bullshit. I should have been able to grapple that. That was a beautiful shot. Alright, does anyone else have anything to bring up for the podcast? What they've been doing, what they've been playing?
I need to work on more Prey.
Prey.
I think I'll dedicate tomorrow to Prey.
I am Setsuna.
Oh, look at that. We're making them run, Rebecca.
I forgot to charge my shit.
Let Jared catch up on Lost Sphere.
Did you go the wrong direction, Greg?
Hmm?
Oh, there you go.
We're following him. He's running like a bitch.
You gonna capture it?
Yeah, if I can.
Oh shit, I don't have shock trap. Whatever. I'm sure we're not gonna need it here.
Oh, you bitch.
Quit circling around me.
If I had my, yes. If I had my cat with me, he'd probably be paralyzed by now.
I started using some drum set where the cat will buff me. I think I like the paralysis more. I had your cat join me in a quest, Greg, and both my cat and your cat were just stun locking things. Because they were both using that paralysis tool. God damn it.
Damn it. Put the actual You know, when I shoot him, it should interrupt his stupid flash attack.
I agree.
Having a shield is pretty cool for that flash attack. Oh, I did that Horizon Zero Dawn quest in this game, Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah. That CC Yaku is a cunt. We must be in Rebecca's online session, because I don't think it's set to private. Ah, you're a dick.
Yeah, mine isn't set to private. That's why there were, like, 2 people in here.
God damn, I hate this fucking enemy. I hate how you have to smack your face when you're waking up from or being stunned. It's like, just fucking get up, you retard. Okay.
Did he run away again?
Stunned again.
Yeah, I think he's trying.
I don't know where I put that health booster. There it is, back here. Because I cannot hit this fucking thing with my charge blade. Oh, come on. I don't even have time to stand up. Do the fucking right attack, you cunt. There we go. How many times
I
have
can tank these pretty well.
How many times have I said I hate this fucking Legiana? Not enough.
He doesn't look like he's limping quite yet, does he?
He's kind of limping, but he's not, like... I don't think he's trappable yet.
Yeah, you'll be able to tell when that CC is limping. So, did you have the most FAQ of the month wins, Greg?
Yes.
I think you might be the all-time champ now that they're not giving
now
away
that
payouts
they're not
for
getting paid anymore.
Yeah. I mean, who the fuck's gonna bother?
Dom Z might.
I just feel like FAQ of the month rewarded quality, whereas bounties rewarded speed, and it was a nice dual system. Yeah, well, now bounties reward quality. So... where the hell is this Legiana at?
Oh, what's this thing you put on him?
I don't know.
It's got like rockets on him.
Sticky ammo is what it's called.
What?
Wow, that's all I have though. I only had 2.
Oh, that looked awesome.
Careful,
because it's stuck in him.
Might actually start liking that gun.
Oh no, he got me. I thought I was.
He got me too.
Thought I was close
Fucking
enough.
asshole. Damn it. Pick your fucking weapon. Shot him with a shotgun. Bless. Ah. Get up. I am way too far away for that to be counting.
The thing's range is like basically infinite on that stupid.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
crazy.
It's stupid.
Yeah. You have to be behind it or to the side of it, and even then, the side hitbox I haven't figured out. Oh yeah, this is gonna fucking... oh, you mother... fuck you.
How is he not limping yet?
Because he needed a shotgun blast in the face, I guess.
Shotgun blast?
Yeah, one of the things is a shotgun. Why is your bird here?
I don't know, but I don't like this.
That's not our bird. Just go away from the two of them. They might fight. If you leave them alone.
Yeah,
it doesn't say turf war, though. Well, they kind of look like they're trying to fight.
Okay, I was blocking. How did it hit me?
Does it look like it's limping yet to you, Rebecca?
It looked like it was kind of limping earlier, but...
Yep.
Well, that's not the leg hammer, that's the puffball. Yeah, whatever.
Go to sleep, little guy. Everybody's after you.
Fuck you. I still hate this thing. I don't think I brought any null berries. No, I haven't made them into my actual repertoire yet. Alright. But, I guess that'll end the 83rd episode of the 3G podcast. Look at that, we only babbled for 2.5 hours this time.
Oh, an improvement.
God.
Hey.
That shouldn't be. Anyways, till next time.
Yep.